Hey guys, I'm Sarah from SoCraftastic and you are watching Crafty Friday. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make some adorable cupcake candles. Pretty much every time I go to Michael's craft store, I see the soap making cupcake kit. And I'm like, why not do a candle instead, because they're fairly similar and I've been doing a lot of soap recently. I love both of them, they're very fun to do, but I'm going to do a candle today and then we'll do soap again pretty soon. Let me know in the comments below what kind of tutorials you want to see for those and if you enjoy them, of course, because I want to put out videos that you guys enjoy as well as things that I have fun doing. Now let's get into the tutorial. To make this project, you're going to need some candle wax, something to color the wax such as liquid dye, and a scent cube or fragrance oil to make it smell lovely. Start by melting your wax in a heat-safe container. I got mine from the candle making section at Michael's craft store. In a pot, I have about 1 inch of water over medium heat. I'm going to use this to melt the wax in my container. Just kind of hold it there or let it float on its own and it will slowly melt. Now my wax is melted and I'm placing the container on a pot holder to protect the countertop. At this time, I'm going to add fragrance. I used a bamboo skewer to stir the fragrance into the wax. Now I'm going to attach a wick to the inside of a silicone cupcake container. So I'm just dipping the bottom metal part of the wick into the wax, and it doesn't have to be scented for this, but for some reason I did it first, and then just push it into the bottom of the cupcake container and leave it there to dry for a second. Then it should be secure. Once the wick is attached and standing up on its own, it's time to pour in the wax. But before you do, make sure that it's cooled for a good 5 to 10 minutes. If you don't see a little bit of dried wax on the inside of your container as you pour, it's probably too hot, and then the wick could get unattached and move around. Of course, you can add color to your liquid wax as well. Drip some in and stir it around. You can't exactly tell what shade of the color it's going to be while it's melted because it's more transparent, and when it hardens, it becomes more opaque. So it's kind of a guessing game and it becomes a lot lighter when it hardens. If you don't happen to have a silicone cupcake mold, I got you covered. You can use a glass dessert jar or any candle jar that you have, and you can make a kind of cake in a cup or sundae looking candle instead. Also, if you don't have candle dye, you can use crayon wax to get any shade of the rainbow that you want, or not the rainbow because brown is definitely not in the rainbow, but you get what I'm saying. Whenever I make a new color, I have a lot of excess wax, so a good thing to do with this is to make little melts with them, and you can add these to the frosting later on. They look super cute, so any silicone tray that you have, you can just pour the wax in carefully, which it took me a while to get used to pouring super slow, but even if you mess up, you can remelt them and try again, or just kind of flake off the imperfections. You can also pour the wax into a larger mold, such as the cupcake one, and once it hardens, you can remelt it later on for another project. Once the cupcake bases are completely hardened and cooled, it's time to bring them to life by adding frosting. I have a piping or frosting bag, and I'm going to snip off the little tip, which I didn't show me doing, but there's a little hole there that I'm going to insert the frosting tip into. And then I'm going to put that in a cup with the top larger part of the bag facing up, of course, and roll down a little bit. It's a good idea to pop the completely hardened wax base out of the mold and then put it back in. This just will make it easier to pop it out at the very end. Now I'm going to pour in the melted wax. It's just white, and I'm going to wait for it to start getting tacky. Then I will mix it around. You can use just a spoon if you want, but I had a fork so I could kind of whisk it. It doesn't really matter. But once it starts to form little hard spots, you're going to scrape them into the melty wax and mix it around to get a pudding-like substance. And then scoop that into the bag. You have to work fairly quickly at this point because it will harden fast. Here I am frosting the cupcake. It is so fun to do this part. But you have to also rush. Just make sure that you get the wax by the wick and also that you cover most of the cake on the bottom. You can do any look that you want, but it just makes it look like you frosted the entire thing. Then you can quickly sprinkle on some sprinkles. Yes, these are real edible sugar sprinkles, and no, it is not dangerous. All that's left to do is wait for your candle to dry completely before popping it out of the mold for the second time, and trim the wicks down to about 1/4 of an inch. Just make them really tiny. Now it's time to light them. Well, actually, I'm going to light my ugliest one because I'm probably going to keep these as decoration, but you can definitely use them. They're functional, and here's my test of that. If you end up making your own cupcake candle, then please use hashtag SoCraftastic on Instagram to show me. If you don't have an Instagram, you can post on my Facebook fan page, Twitter, or Pinterest. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I had a lot of fun making these. They're so cute, and I'm pretty much not gonna burn them, but I did show you guys this one, which was actually burning for about half an hour to 40 minutes. This is all that's gone, so this is gonna burn for a few hours. They do last a while, and as you could see, the sprinkles didn't bother the candle. And for those of you who watched my crayon candle making video a couple years ago, I think it was, it does burn. I blew it out in the footage. Some people were very skeptical. If it's all crayon wax, it won't burn, but with just a little bit and a majority of other wax, then it will work because there is crayon color in the brown frosting. So yeah, if you haven't seen my crayon candle video, a link in the description box below, and all my soap making tutorials are down there as well. I hope you guys have a great rest of the day. Please check me out on social media. Follow me on Twitter and tweet me, Sarah Lynn T, for pretty much everything. I will see you guys soon next Crafty Friday. Bye! The soap making candle kit. Oh my gosh. Cupcake is so a little bit like with both of them, so I'm definitely... There is noise outside. Really? Apartment life. Ugh! Oh, such mess. Much cleaning to do later.